Hey guys, time for Weekly Weird News.
Ryan Lochte, or as we like to call him, Lyin Ryan Lochte, is back in the news, baby. Lyin Ryan, as longtime viewers of us know, definitely holds a seat on the Weekly Weird News Hall of Fame, though unlike some of his fellow Hall of Famers like Martin Shkreli and Malachi Love Robinson, Lochte's run in the Weekly Weird universe pretty much all took place in the summer of 2016. It was then that, as an Olympian representing the United States down in Rio de Janeiro, he caused a completely avoidable international scandal that tarnished America's already terrible reputation as tourists.
Yeah, you remember. Lyin Ryan and his fellow teammates, most of whom were 10 years younger than him and probably looked up to him for guidance, claimed to various news outlets that they'd been robbed at gunpoint by robbers posing as police officers while out in Rio for the night. Now, this was initially taken at face value because, well, we've all seen City of God, right? Rio is scary and dangerous. And it was a hell of a story, sure, in which Lochte was a selfless hero, standing up for his teammates even with a cocked gun placed against his forehead.
Wow.
What a hero. This is a great tale. How could it go wrong?
What a brave man.
Well, this thing was total bullshit.
Oh.
Yeah, it turned out Lyin Ryan and his boys, they'd just been absolutely shit-faced, had vandalized the gas station bathroom, and then been confronted by security guards who demanded that they paid for the damages. Well, they paid roughly $51, and that was that. End of story, right?
Yeah, so literally nobody would have even known about this stupidity if Lochte hadn't decided to make up a story about a terrifying, fake, near-death experience and tell that story to everyone who would listen. But he did. The Lyin Ryan and his boys, they ended up getting investigated for falsely reporting a crime by Rio authorities, but by the time the cops came looking for them to really officially ask questions, Lochte had already bounced back to the US, leaving two of his teammates to deal with the legal ramifications of his bullshit, including one of them having to pay a $10,000 fine.
Whoops.
Sorry, bro.
It's just the way the ball bounces, bro.
We'll get your beers next time. Lochte did, however, get suspended from swimming for 10 months, and he lost a bunch of lucrative sponsorships, but because America is terrible, he ended up on Dancing with the Stars not long after, so it all evens out.
There was also a bunch of I'm not sure, I don't follow, but I think unsubstantiated rumors, don't know if they were substantiated, that maybe he had hooked up with someone down there. He came back to America, immediately married his wife, and it goes a little deeper.
Big
but,
if true.
Anyways, you can't even check on those videos because they're deleted. But
Yeah, they're gone.
anyways, with that recap out of the way, Lyin Ryan is back on his bullshit again. This time with the news that he's been issued a 14-month ban from competition by the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency, aka USADA. Now, Lochte is 33 years old, so at first glance, it's not that surprising that he might be turning to performance-enhancing drugs to prolong his career, but no. The truth is actually much, much stupider than that. Back in May, Lochte posted this photo to Instagram in which he's receiving an IV drip with the caption, "Athletic recovery with some hashtag IV drip at Revival IV Lounge, hashtag vitamins." Anyways, this prompted an investigation by USADA because they pretty much had no choice not to. You're putting it right in our face, Ryan. USADA's rules on taking anything intravenously are pretty strict, even if it's not a banned substance. Nothing over 100 milliliters at a time, even vitamins, without a therapeutic use exemption issued by a doctor and reported to USADA. And
Gotta do things by the book, and it's a thick book.
Instagram, not a doctor's note.
No. And so yeah, it turned out that what Ryan had dripping into his big throbbing veins in that Instagram pic was in fact just vitamins. But it was also over 100 milliliters and without a therapeutic exemption. So whoops, Lochte had in fact broken anti-doping rules, not even in a cool way, even though he totally would have gotten away with it if he had simply just not posted that photo to social media.
Wow, it's almost like if you shut the fuck up, nothing would happen.
Shut the fuck up. It's not only good when you've done something wrong, it's also good at preventing things from going wrong.
It's like, okay, cool. All said and done, didn't get shot in Rio, paid the guys off, everything's cool. You know what I'm
Let's
gonna do?
never talk about this.
No, instead I'm just gonna tell everyone in the entire world. Also, hey, at this point in his life, in his career, you would assume he would know the very strict rules about anti-doping.
Yeah, he's been a professional athlete for about half his life now. So
maybe even if you're gonna do it, keep it a secret, maybe not post it on Instagram, but he did.
Yeah. So yeah, he broke the rules. USADA has now banned him for 14 months. And Lochte is super apologetic. He probably learned a lot from last time to just take things in stride.
Well, he's learning so much on his mistakes, he's gonna be a genius before he's 40.
But he also says that he didn't know about that rule. You know, they're always adding new rules to this. Who can keep track? And that almost sounds reasonable, except barely any athletes at all are actually coming to his defense here. Olympic-level athletes have to sit through USADA presentations every year when they're explained all those rules on doping to their face.
Boring.
And Lochte's own teammate, Nathan Adrian, told USA Today, everyone hates it, but you have to sit through it. And it sounds like Lochte just didn't pay attention.
Yeah.
As far as how Adrian is able to follow all the rules, he says he just asks the various specialists that he has at his disposal if something is allowed or not. And, you know, when in doubt, don't tweet it out.
Or Instagram it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Ryan Lochte's career suffers yet another completely avoidable setback, and he now won't be able to compete again until he's 35 years old. Not exactly in his prime.
The dad bod, it is aerodynamic. I don't know if it's hydrodynamic. Very aerodynamic.
Manatees, they're some of the best swimmers.
It's true.
They're not the fastest.
They got those big floppy boys on their tails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, while this one, not exactly malicious, I don't think Ryan Lochte is a bad guy.
No.
He's just kind of a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And this was very stupid. And definitely what I would call a self-own.
He self-owned himself. And hypothetically, I think it's very funny to imagine that when you're a celebrity doing these types of things, posting on Instagram where you're hashtagging stuff, this was very much a company giving him a free IV
Oh, it
drip.
absolutely was.
And he maybe even didn't want to post this, but they were like, hey, so we're going to give you this and you're going to give us an Instagram post in return, right? And he was probably like, oh, yeah, sure, because the only other option
would be paying full price.
would be paying $120 for this IV drip, and who has that kind
They're
of
not
money?
that expensive.
Yeah.
You can get them in like Vegas and shit.
I've been
It's like
actually
$100.
I've been wanting to try the Hangover one.
Yeah.
If I ever am in a financial situation where it doesn't put me into destitute to drop $150 on a Hangover one in Vegas, I want to do it.
Yeah, looks nice.
Yeah, but I'm also not an Olympic swimmer.
Yeah, true.
But anyway, speaking of cell phones, opening up a newly discovered mysterious huge black sarcophagus might seem like a cell phone, because whatever's been locked away in there for 2,000 years in the largest sarcophagus ever discovered in Alexandria, it's probably gonna be real cranky when you wake it up.
Don't do it. Just leave it shut.
When it was discovered earlier this month, news of the massive unopened black sarcophagus generated lots of attention on social media because, one, it's metal as fuck. Two, we just don't really hear about cool Egyptian discoveries anymore since most of that shit was dug up 100 years ago in the Egyptian panic. Three, it sounds like the kind of thing that's probably got some apocalyptic curse tied to it. And four, a lot of people would actually be pretty open to the idea of an ancient Egyptian curse coming to kill us all right now. It's, you know, back then it was like, oh no, oh, but
Not
now
the
it's like,
curse.
now it's like if we all die at the same time, it's cool, right?
Yeah, at least we died doing something cool.
If everyone's a cult, we're all a cult, and it's fine.
So Egyptian archaeologists, they didn't waste much time cracking this cold boy open, and that's the sound it makes.
No, I
because
got
it's pressurized.
And it smells just like a PBR.
No, it doesn't, and here's why. So, it did not have a curse inside, but what they did, however, find is disgusting. 3 skeletons that are soaking in the 2,000-year-old juices of their former organs. Now, okay, according to the archaeologists, the liquid there is actually local sewage that somehow leaked up into the tomb over a long period of time. But fuck that, I choose to believe that it's ancient liquefied human juice.
Sure.
Either way, the smell that must have filled that hole the second they opened up the thing had to have been just traumatizing.
They knew what they were doing.
It's like cracking open a cold one, but it's a warm
What
one.
did they expect?
I don't know. Like,
Can't wait to get a whiff of that, huh?
well, like mummies are usually like mummified, so it's like, you know, a little dusty PU. This is like,
Mummy juice.
yeah, this is liquid mummy. Anyway, as for who those 3 skeletons previously were, the general consensus seems to be that they were soldiers, and one of them showed signs of fractures caused by a sharp instrument to his head, which, you know, probably means he was a murder victim, which, as we all know, the worst kind of ghost.
Yeah. Also, the fact that they were all crammed into one sarcophagus.
Yeah.
Not really.
Someone wanted to keep these 3 dead bodies somewhere where no one would find them.
Yeah, no, if it was royalty, he would have his own sarcophagus.
Yeah,
Even as a layman.
These people weren't locked away because they were special. They were locked away because they were dangerous.
They were probably alive when they were sealed in that thing, to be honest.
We don't know.
The skeletons, along with a big creepy white alabaster head found along with it,
Oh.
have been removed so they can be analyzed. But what about all that delicious dude soup? Well, one idea for it that has shown up on change.org at least is to, quote, let people drink the red liquid from the dark sarcophagus. And I say let them. Over 27,000 people have signed on to the idea, and I say let them. Anyways, how are we going to divide up just a few gallons of mummy broth between that many people? It's a tough gig. Well, according to the petition's description, quote, we need to drink the red liquid from the cursed dark sarcophagus in the form of some sort of carbonated energy drink so we can assume its powers and finally die. Oh, so they plan on dying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I say let them drink it.
Let's commit mass suicide, but we'll do it using the mummy juice.
Yeah. Instead of Jonestown, it's Bonestown. Yeah, it's Bonestown Massacre. It's a fun massacre. Everyone's playing xylophone on their rib cage.
And everyone holds up the shot, and instead of saying cheers or salute, they say doot doot.
Oh, it's fun to talk about dark stuff.
But anyways, because change.org lets people who sign in also leave a reason for signing, despite at this point the website being pretty much just a meme website, there's more deliciousness down in the comments.
I don't know if deliciousness is the right. Well, okay, maybe it is. Here's some comments. I just want to try the juice.
We demand excess to imbibe the cursed elixir.
I wish it smells like anus.
Mr. Skeletal will bless us with great calcium and everlasting death if we drink the mummy juice.
Slaps tummy. And it would only be better if that one was followed by slaps tummy. This can fit so much dude soup in it.
I got addicted to this stuff a couple of months ago, but I find that it's really rare, so I'm supporting this campaign because I'm thirsty.
Yeah, of course there's also been comments pointing out that it's probably not mummy juice and just actual sewage. So, I mean, maybe Jenkum's back on the rise. We don't know.
Heat it up.
But the guy who started the campaign isn't going to let that get in the way of his dream. He wrote this: please stop trying to tell me the skeleton juice is mostly sewage. That's impossible. Everyone knows skeletons can't poop.
Got a point. Just give the man his juice. What are you going to do with it, Egypt?
Surely, when you die, if you don't release your bowels, there will be excrement.
There's stored in there. There's a little bit of duty in there, but it's the whole thing. It's been closed. It's fermented. This actually gets you drunk.
Did they give mummies enemas back then? I know they pulled their brain out through their nose.
Kind of pulled everything out.
Did they wild. Kind of enema stuff, or
I don't know.
Well, they would pull out all the organs.
The whole thing, it doesn't make a lot of sense because it's like they believed that you needed your body for the afterlife, but they also removed all your vital organs. So it's like,
well, they didn't have a lot to do back then. There wasn't no internet or TV or anything like that.
Build me a triangle.
Yeah, they're building pyramids, ripping people's guts out. It's what you did to have the day go by.
What if we had a building that had the body of a big old cat?
Yeah, and then put my face on it.
But the head of a cool dude.
And a big dick. Yeah. They haven't dug the dick part out yet.
That's right.
There's a huge
dick
dick
Have we looked underneath the Sphinx?
It's a giant
monster
cock.
dong.
Yeah.
And inside that dong, lots of treasure.
The most treasure.
Okay, well, yeah, that's fun.
Let's get into headlines, though.
It's cool that they're still finding mummies.
I'm going to read this so you can talk about it because I refuse to fucking acknowledge this. I've been just swarmed with tweets about this, and people know how upset this gets me.
Yeah.
So
people on Twitter, they don't realize. I mean, it's no fault of their own, but they don't realize that when they see something and they tweet it at one of us, that they don't know when 30 other people have also done that within the last
Realistically,
hour.
I do appreciate it, and I don't really care about this, but it was such a funny 4 months where it was very aggravating that it just wouldn't give birth. So when I get the tweets again, I'm like, oh God, here we go. Here's the headline. Yeah, it's official. April, the giraffe is pregnant again.
Is she lying again? Because this time, Toys R Us isn't around to bail you out, April.
I blamed the downfall of Toys R Us on her. They used the last bit of their marketing money.
They were drowning. Their mouth was just above water.
Their long neck.
They threw a lifeline onto that giraffe's long neck. And you know what she did?
Nothing.
She did nothing for 4 months, and then she pooped that line out and ran away.
Lion?
The line that she had attached to it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, who gives a shit? She's a fucking giraffe. You can watch animals give birth all the time. And also, giraffes, probably the least enjoyable animal to give birth. None of them are that enjoyable.
They're hideous animals.
But giraffes especially, it's
it looks like they're shitting themselves out, like they're molting.
Yeah. It looks painful for the baby.
Also,
that big old neck.
I have a free marketing tip for Ryan. Mm-hmm. You embrace
Ryan Lochte?
Embrace Lyin Ryan Lochte and make your logo a fucking lion with a huge mane. And that way when people call you Lyin Ryan Lochte, you're like, yeah, I'm the king of the fucking... They're not the king of the jungle, are they? They're not in jungles.
No.
They're the king of the plains in Africa.
Yeah, the savannah.
Yeah. But it's a good way to like really switch that on people.
Yeah,
Rawr.
good point.
Oh.
I'm sure he's got PR guys.
I doubt it at this point.
He's got great endorsements like Pine Brothers.
Nobody
the
is-
throat drops for stoners.
Nobody's giving him the go-ahead on his Instagram. He's just posting it.
Yeah, he's fucking real, man. Unfiltered.
And if he does have a PR person, it's the worst person ever. Like, oh, cool, did you make that story up? It's a badass story. Yeah, I made it up. Phew, cool. Well, luckily, up here in America, we don't care about Rio reporting the real news. We'll just milk it.
Holy shit, Ryan, did you post this picture of you getting an IV? Yeah, why? Oh my god, did you tag the place you got the IV at to get a discount? No. Well, you gotta fucking do that, you fucking idiot.
Ryan, did you cell phone yourself again? Yeah. Cool.
Nice.
See you on season 24 of Dancing with the Stars.
His imaginary social media manager that we just made up, he is intentionally sabotaging his friend Ryan's career so that Ryan has more time to hang out with him and smoke weed. Mm-hmm. Man, Ryan's got to start training again, and then I got no one to hang out with me and smoke weed.
Yeah.
Wait, what if I got Ryan in trouble from the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency, and then he'd just have to hang out with me all the time?
It's just like that musician from Canada where his girlfriend didn't want him to leave. So she sabotaged his entire career.
Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do, guys.
Friendship. Next up, finding ancient mummies, that's one thing. 2,000 years from now, here's what they're gonna find somewhere in England. Giant statue of bare-chested Jeff Goldblum pops up in London.
It sort of resembles a modern Sphinx.
Kind of.
He's laying down.
Yeah.
He's got his shirt off, looking
Yeah.
sexy as hell. Got that mane.
I've heard from a surprising number of women our age that's like the first sexual feelings they had towards a celebrity was bare-chested Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park.
I'm trying to think what mine was. It was probably like Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears was like the first like real.
They designed that shit to
I know.
make preteen aged boys.
And I was a teen
Yeah.
or preteen. Yeah, I was preteen. I was like 14 or 15 when Britney Spears.
It was a lot to take in.
Yeah, it sure was. There's a lot to take out too. There was a lot to take out back then.
Yeah. Mom, I need new socks.
But yeah, no, this is cool. Like just a week or so after the giant Trump balloon.
Yeah, that one very divisive.
Yeah. This
Although-
one, everyone loves it.
Yeah. You can love Trump, you can hate Trump. Sounds like most of London hates Trump. So not all that divisive
In
where
London.
it took place, but we can all agree.
Unless you're Pierce Morgan.
I love how he.
He's such an enigma of a person.
The fucking BBC, one of their artists drew a picture of Piers Morgan just face deep up Donald Trump's ass, bending over, and Piers Morgan himself tweeted it out, being like, "What is this?" Another great cell phone. No one would have seen that if you hadn't tweeted it out yourself. You fucking idiot.
I think he's just a narcissist who loves every bit of attention. Because
he totally is.
He is flip-flopped on every position he's ever had for decades.
Yeah.
So
He's a fucking.
this is the
buffoon.
latest in a long line of just owning these people by owning myself. Anyways, enough Pierce Morgan. I hope the Jeff Goldblum thing goes on tour much like the Trump balloon, though.
Yeah.
I would love to see it here in LA.
Yeah, that that big rubber ducky.
Yeah.
Love that one too.
Well, with this one, wherever it ends up, it could end up being like that the Amsterdam sign in Amsterdam with just people crawling all over it, take pictures.
Yeah.
It's a great addition. If your town needs a little sprucing up, needs some tourist dollars, put Jeff Goldblum in your town.
Yeah. Yeah. Come down to Baker, California, home of the big thermometer, and it's so hot out that Jeff Goldblum, he's unbuttoned his shirt and he's relaxing.
And then you pay the real Jeff Goldblum to show up and play saxophone.
He's a very good musician.
Yes, he is. If you actually want to see Jeff Goldblum live, come to LA because he plays at a
Plays
local
all the
venue.
time, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much weekly.
Yeah. And apparently super nice guy. He poses for photos for an hour afterwards. He just loves playing jazz.
Yeah,
And he's good at it.
and you'll love seeing him. But let's move on. Pro Gamer dumps world's sexiest weather girl for more Call of Duty.
So this is that guy, FaZe Sensor. He's been dating that Yannet Garcia chick for 4 years now. That was a while ago. And when they initially started
I
dating...
don't know if it's 4 years,
Well,
but
it was a while. It lasted longer than I would have guessed. When they initially started dating, neither of them spoke the other's language. And it was literally just him tweeting, being like, "You're hot." And her being like, "What did he say? I don't. And then someone's like, "Oh, he said you're hot." She's like,
their relationship was struck through an intermediary.
I assume so. Anyway, they literally just started dating because they found each other very attractive because they're both in great shape. They both look good. Fine.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, that's their relationship at the beginning. They could barely communicate with each other. And it was just like, well, why talk? I can just look at you.
Yeah.
They were together for a while. And, she actually got pretty decent at English. He, from what I can tell, put zero effort into learning Spanish, as, is the American way.
Yeah. Well, when your relationship is based on looks, communication comes second.
Yeah. He apparently, all those trips down to Mexico to see his hot weather girl, was getting in the way of his COD career. You got to choose one.
Well, here's what I'll say about this. I think it's fine. People are all up in arms because they think this woman's really hot, and that's fine. You can be upset that this guy got to date her or not. But the easiest thing you can do, and I saw this on Twitter was a good explanation of it, is substitute competitive gaming, esports, or Call of Duty for career, and you can rationalize it a lot more. It is funny to make fun of someone whose profession is gaming, but sorry, it's 2018. Gaming is, whether you like it or not, or whether you think it's cool or not, a profession. This guy decided that, hey, if I don't fucking start working harder at my actual job, a bunch of young people are probably going to come in and be way better than me. So if I want to be financially stable for the rest of my life, I should probably make sacrifices. And it sounded like the relationship wasn't working. That's also none of our business.
No.
But what I'll say is, if the headline was man sacrifices girlfriend for career, wouldn't be that big of a deal. Or flip the sexes. Woman breaks up with boyfriend because of her career, because she wants to do better. Not a big deal. Yes, funny, gamer, haha, get it. But anyways, let's move on.
He's also like 35, and if he was smarter, he probably should have retired a long time ago to, invest his money and talents elsewhere, like pretty much every other esports athlete, because there is a noticeable, scientifically shown like decline in your,
much like any sport, like
speed.
Ryan Lochte, he's 35 and swimming.
But like gaming especially, like there's like, it's been proven that like you have a very short window of time where your brain is like really
Well, maybe this is his last,
equipped
this is
for
the
it.
death throes of his Call of Duty career, maybe.
Also, if he said any other game, I'd be like, cool. But like, does anyone give a shit about competitive Call of Duty anymore?
Well, like I said in a previous Tugs episode, I think this year's release is the final chance for whether this is
he's
gonna
getting
be,
ready for the comeback.
Yeah, because this year's release, after coming off of World War II, is kind of make it or break it for their, at least, esports being on a global stage because of how many other things are out there and doing successful.
True.
Anyways, yeah, and this is all none of our business.
Man with the world's longest fingernails gets them cut after 66 years.
Oh, man.
He literally, his hand, he can't use it now.
Still?
Yeah, it's just like fused like this.
Well, then why cut him?
And like the nails were like 50 pounds, so it like totally fucked up. Like
He's probably using him as a cane.
probably.
Grow your own cane.
And his so the Ripley's, believe it or not, they bought him off him. I'm sure he got paid a good amount.
yeah.
But in this article, he explains like why he did it. Because obviously, it's like, okay, why did you do that for 66 years? His whole reason is like, when he's like in grade school, him and like some other kid got in a fight, and like the teacher tried to break it up, and one of her like really nice, nails broke in the process, and she was especially mad at them because she's like, you boys will never understand why this is so upsetting, because you're boys. And he's like, from that day forth, I decided to prove her wrong and grow my nails even longer so that she knew I could understand why people care about, I don't know.
So really, she's long dead by now.
Yeah, definitely. She's totally dead.
Where does this guy live?
India.
Yeah, that was like the previous guy, I think, unless he was the same guy.
I think
So I
he's
used to
the
get
same guy.
the Guinness thing where he's holding it up and he's got the one starts curling all around.
Yeah, the thumb
It's
one's
like a
all
lollipop.
Yeah, and
best.
they're disgusting.
Those mummy blood drinkers would love that fingernail lollipop.
Yeah, let's take two of those fingernails, put them together, make
Dip
a
it.
straw.
Dip it in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like that nerd's rope.
Yeah. Fun dip.
Yeah. I think we're on to something.
Yeah.
Disgusting treats.
I just want to taste that.
I just want to taste the juice. Give me the juice.
Woman eats food out of a urinal to prove its cleanliness.
Who questions?
No, you don't need to do that. I believe you. It's clean. No, it's
Also, it's a urinal. Women aren't allowed in men's bathrooms.
she's like
America solved that.
This is in China. Like she's like in charge of like the cleaning crew, and like they wanted to show off like how clean the bathrooms at this place. I don't even remember what kind of place it is. So she's like, and look at those toilets. Aren't they clean? They're like, they sure look clean. Like, smell it. You can't smell anything. Yep. they sure are clean. She's like, you know what? They're so clean, I'll eat out of them. Like, no, you don't have to. Like,
Give me my dumplings.
see? If they weren't clean, would I be doing this?
You don't have to do
Would
that.
I be doing this? Like, yeah, they look clean. Cool.
Cool. Cleanest.
All right, now get out of the way. I need to piss.
Yeah. You want some broth for that soup? Yeah. No. Toilet water's clean. Don't ever be scared to reach your hand in that tank to fix something. It's
Yeah,
just
it's the
water.
same. It's the same pipes. It probably shouldn't be. If we had different pipes for reclaimed water to be used in toilets, we'd
be a lot better, yeah.
A lot better off. But nah, too much work.
Don't drink out of the bowl though.
No,
Kind of gross.
really gross. Unless you clean it really well, like this lady, and then go to town on that. Fill it with, pour the milk in, pour the cereal in.
That's
Have
Ryan's,
yourself a big old bowl.
Ryan's next post. My toilet's so clean I eat out of it. Why are you doing this, Ryan? It doesn't make any sense at all.
I'm not violating the rules, am I? Doping agency didn't say anything about not eating out of a toilet, so I did it.
Their rules don't say anything about eating anything out of the toilet. I can eat my drugs out of the toilet.
Next week, I'm gonna piss in my own mouth. They didn't say I couldn't. A lot of extra vitamins in that piss.
Yeah. You gotta circle it through twice to make sure you get all the nutrients out. Police! Naked man arrested at Planet Fitness said he thought it was a judgment-free zone. He fucking showed them.
Yeah.
Now he's gonna be not only judged by Planet Fitness, but judged by an actual judge.
Shows up to court. This is a judgment-free zone, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna have to change their motto now, because obviously they're pretty judgmental. It sounds like. This
Yeah.
guy showed up, wasn't bothering anyone, just a little bit naked. He was doing yoga. He wasn't even using the machines, and they called the cops, kicked him out. Sounds like a lot of judgment going on there.
Yeah, Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
I don't know what planet you're living on, but it's not Earth,
Yeah.
where we never judge people for anything.
Never.
Ever, ever, ever.
All are equal in my eyes.
Earth is a judgment-free zone. Go back to Planet Fitness.
Angry church seagull keeps attacking me, and all I want to do is play Pokemon Go, says Devon man.
Church Seagull? Is it by the bay?
No, this is in Devon in England,
Yeah.
and this man apparently still playing Pokemon Go 3 years later. He, one of the gyms is apparently at some local church, so he'll go there on his way to work, and there's this seagull there
I
that
love
just,
that he goes to a Pokemon gym instead of the actual gym on his way to work.
yeah. I'll be a little bit late. I gotta stop at the
Gotta
gym.
hit the gym. Hey,
Hey, where'd you change clothes?
Yeah.
No, I meant the. But yeah, there's apparently one seagull there because he's bald. The theory is that it likes his shiny head and does dive bombs on him, and says it's it makes catching the Pokemons a little harder. My favorite part about this article, though, maybe not a lot happens in Devon, so the fact that this is even a headline is hilarious. But like they actually went out to like interview him and staged photos of what is it like when you get attacked? So there's all these photos of him being like, oh, and then they shitty photoshopped like a seagull in there.
Well, obviously it's not true then. It's fake news if they photoshopped it.
Well,
They
were a reenactment.
Guys, I swear, whenever you're not here, the seagull comes down and attacks me.
Well, it's Devon. Nothing happens here.
My MacBook's broken.
Send out
take it to Apple, and they're like, sir, it works fine. Well, watch, when I leave here, the MacBook is going to be broken again.
Seagull's gonna get it.
Anytime people look at things, but yeah, I mean, same thing here. Even in the States, local town, I follow my local newspaper. They're always like fucking doing photos and stories about like a grocery store opening. Just like, what are you doing? Like, there's got to be something going on with the local government you could be reporting on.
Probably.
Nope. Florida's finally getting a Trader Joe's.
Oh wow.
So, at least they have fun stories.
Yeah.
After 39 years, water skiing squirrel show to come to an end. He did do one final hurrah though.
Yeah.
He did like a final performance. I remember reading that. I saw this article last week, and it was like, after this performance, the squirrel's gonna retire. And then I was like, please let the squirrel fucking die.
It's not the same squirrel.
I know, but it would be a funny narrative to have the water skiing squirrel like have a water skiing accident and die is like right before retirement.
Oh yeah. He died doing what he loved.
Water
skiing. Yeah, this the whole thing is very strange. They've gone through like 10 squirrels over the years.
Of course they have.
But like each one, they're like, okay, are we really doing this? Yes, we're gonna train this squirrel to sit on this makeshift set of water skis that we designed for a fucking squirrel with its hands on the handlebars. They made a little life jacket for it out of like beer koozies because the woman who runs it now, it was originally her husband. He invented it, but then he died in a boating accident because he didn't have a life vest on. So now
Well, that's ironic.
She uses a portion of the show to be like, how many of you kids wear a life jacket when you're out on the boat? See, look at little Squirrely over there. He's got his own little life jacket.
Squirrely.
He's got a different name. I don't know.
As sad as it is that the guy died in a boating accident, it makes complete sense.
Yeah. I mean, the man just loved the water. And he loved
Squirrels
and humans to be enjoying that water. So,
well, I mean, definitely got a big boost after Anchorman, but you can only ride that lightning for so long, I guess.
yeah. Well, R.I.P. Waterskiing Squirrel Show. Gaff, as Civil Service magazine prints poster telling parents to shoot rabid children.
If you suspect your child has rabies, don't hesitate. Shoot. Scarfolk? Is that like the local area?
No, it's so Scarfolk is this like fake. They've written a few books. They have a Twitter account. It's like basically this like fake town in England where they release like 1970s style, realistic looking government propaganda shit, but it's like weirdly like dystopian and like kind of creepy. So they make a lot of like, they have a whole giant book of like their fake posters that are all kind of hilarious. This magazine in England for like the civil service industry, they had a section on like the history of like British civil service posters, and it was stuff like buy war bonds and all this shit. And then the fake poster, like if your kid has rabies, fucking shoot it, just right in there.
I mean, rabies terrible if a human contracts it.
I mean, thing is, if you've gotten to the stage where you're already showing symptoms of rabies, there is apparently now you have like a 25% chance of living because they've discovered some crazy like thing where they force you into a coma or shit, but like you're probably gonna die. So it's not that inhumane to just
put them down.
To put them down. Like it is a horrible, agonizing way to go.
Yeah. Look up into the symptoms of humans with rabies.
You try bringing them a glass of water, and like they're terrified of water. Yeah. Like it's zombies is based in large part on rabies because it turns you into a fucking animal.
Here's a fun one from a band that I love. Metalcore guitarist reveals he saved a fan's life by spitting beer in their eye. I didn't know this story, but I love Every Time I Die, and that's the band it's about. Yeah,
he the guy in the band, he chugged a beer on stage and then like so metal.
Yeah.
And one of the fans apparently got a bunch of beer in their eye, and they're like, whatever, that's cool. But then like the next day, their eye was still like hurting. So they're like, maybe I got a weird infection. So they go to the doctor, and they find out that it wasn't actually the beer. They had a fucking brain tumor.
Oh my God.
And they're like, it's a good thing you caught this now, because like we can actually operate if you hadn't come in. So she found him like years later and was telling him the story. And he's like, oh shit, I'm gonna get sued. And then she was like, so thank you for saving my life. He's like, oh fuck, that's great.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Hot Damn, The Big Dirty actually paid off. It's two of their album names.
Oh, okay.
Hot Damn and Big Dirty.
Good pun.
Yeah.
Undies-clad Auckland man hurling shallots at noisy 4 a.m. rubbish collector, one of many fed up over early wake-up.
I could definitely see this happening. Yeah. Shallots?
Like the vegetable,
yeah,
like the tiny baby onions?
I think they get pretty big though, but
yeah,
just chucking them down there.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, people in Auckland not happy about when the garbage is being picked up because apparently they're showing up at like 3:30 in the morning, and just there's bottles and shit in there, and people are like, what the fuck? I'm in bed.
Yeah.
Also, you're not even supposed to be here. The law says you can't do it until like 7 a.m. Yeah. They're doing it anyway.
Well, then he's well within his rights, probably.
Yeah, he can throw all his shallots. They're your shallots. You throw them.
I got that damn neighbor across from my place that has the fucking muffler on his Honda. He gets up real early for work. Very loud.
It's like an alarm clock. It goes woo woo.
Whoop whoop. I've actually thought about like, fuck off. But I'm too much of a pussy.
Yeah, he knows where you live.
Instead, I just call the number on the front of the apartment.
Excuse me?
Excuse me, yeah, there's this guy that wakes up and he's waking everyone up. His muffler's really loud.
Oh, yeah, we'll get right on it.
Hey, at least I tried.
That fucking pussy from across the street keeps calling.
You should go kick his ass. Here's his address.
Hey, cool guy. Just letting you know, as the manager of this apartment complex, you're my favorite resident. Also, some dweeb across the street doesn't think your car's cool.
I think it's badass.
Listen, I think your car's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I do not like that he keeps calling complaining about it.
I'm gonna call today.
Kick his ass. I'll give you an alibi. Investigators say man really did spend $50,000 in strip club.
It's not really that hard, right?
It's not, but he tried to get out of it. He's like, look at my credit card statement. I didn't spend $50,000. I spent a couple hundred maybe. They went in there and they're like, no, he rented out the Diamond Champagne room for 8 hours and had all the dancers in there with him and was buying drinks for all of them.
So what's the investigation? Why did he say that he didn't do it?
Because he didn't want to pay.
Oh, okay.
It's like, I don't want to pay this bill.
Oh, okay.
I spent $50,000 at the strip club.
I thought that he showed the credit card thing. I was like, no, they charged my card. It wasn't that much, but they want more or something.
No. He's like, these charges they're fraudulent. I couldn't have how could anyone spend $50,000? Then they,
well, they'll trick you
looked
too.
into it.
They'll trick you. I mean, I haven't been to any recently, but in my 20s, they really do a good job of trying to get that money out of you.
Yeah, the whole thing is like,
I know, but
you walk through that door, you're prey.
yeah,
They're gonna get you.
especially if you have the ability to spend $50,000. If you got like a credit card with that limit on it, like they're gonna take it all.
Yeah, that's why I'm more of a fan of the Jumbo's Clown Room and Cheetah's style clubs that we have in LA, where they're not officially a strip club. They're more of a bar with some dancers who don't get naked. They just
perform.
get a little bit undressed, and they're all really good, like gymnasts and dancers and shit. And there's no weird, funny business going on in the back. No lap dances.
For me, it's the Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah, it's
When I go to Vegas, I like to see the Cirque du Soleil.
yeah. Well, imagine if they were naked.
Well, I'm jerking off the entire time.
Yeah, it's dark in there.
You can do it in Vegas.
You can. Sir, are you jerking off?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice job. Way to go.
Nice.
Cool. Anyway, some dweeb reported you. Should probably kick his ass. He's sitting 3 rows
his
back. Actually,
That
I
guy's jerking off. Why are you looking at his dick, you gay?
That's how the world works. A woman impaled by beach umbrella in New Jersey after just a gust of wind, sparking safety warnings.
This lady lived. A lot of people that this happens to don't.
No.
She was impaled through the chest. Because people are fucking stupid. And they just get a beach umbrella and they're like, all right, cool, we got shade. What could possibly go wrong? It's not like this is just a giant fucking parachute in the ground with a fucking lance attached to it.
Yeah, 100 feet out into the water, there's people literally parasailing using the same technology.
You gotta dig a hole.
Yeah.
You gotta bury it.
Or
you gotta
tie
get
it down.
like 2 feet of fucking length in there.
You have to tie a rope around it to like a rock, your beach rock that everyone has. Everyone brings a beach rock, right?
Fucking idiot.
You tie it to your coolest cooler.
Yeah, that thing's heavy.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing taking off. It's got a blender. It's got
cooler,
Bluetooth
speaker.
Bluetooth speaker.
A bottle opener.
Got all those things. It's got big, rugged
It's
wheels.
only $5,000 now.
Yeah, and it's back ordered. You're gonna have to wait.
Anyways, if you want to learn about more Kickstarter projects, watch yesterday's video where we talk about what is potentially the most offensive video game coming out this year, as well as some other stuff that's actually, they're all pretty good ideas. Anyways, check that out, and also check out a brand new episode of Tech News Day. By the way, probably should have said this before I said those videos. You'll see the videos in a second.
Look for Internet Today and Weekly Weird News on your favorite podcast app, because it's probably there, and if it's not, it will be.
Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, everything. Go look up. We have 3 different shows on there now. Weekly Weird News, its own show. We have Weekly Weird News audio podcast form on those platforms. Then we also have Idiots Watching Anime. Might go down for a little bit because we're switching right now, but that's its own show. And then Internet Today, the podcast, will be everything else that isn't Weekly Weird or Idiots Watching Anime. So Tech News Day, the dailies, News Dump, all on podcast form, so you can listen while you're driving to work or whatever you want to do. But if you prefer, watch it here because we only make money off this right now. So, but it's for you instead of us. So enjoy and watch those 2 videos that I mentioned earlier before they were even up here. Now they're up here. Watch them now.
Check them out.
Bye.